want to make this really clear to everybody that's on here. One of the people that I consulted with back in 2009, I think it was, met them back end of 2008 at a networking event, did some consulting with them at the beginning of 2009, and it was a home business that sold candlesticks online. I don't think I've even shared this with Dan.
No, it's the first time I hear it. No, I'm very curious, yeah.
I'll share it anyway. So I went in to consult with this family-run business. They had a farm with a barn conversion, and within that barn they sold, you know, candles, and they imported some. They actually had some way of making them themselves, or something that they were doing in the country. I can't even remember. But the point being is that they had all this stock, and they were a home-based business, family-run. And when I met them, they were turning over around 50,000 or just shy of 50,000 a year, minus, and then taking away from that their costs. Well, I went in there and consulted with them, talked to them about some online strategies, some sales conversion stuff they could do, ways to get some more online presence. And within 2 months, they really started to peak out in terms of the level of busyness that they could cope with as a family. They started looking at recruiting more staff. But the point being is I increased their business revenue by 200%. Now, what actually ended up happening is they were naturally a great testimonial, over the moon. But I ended up speaking to them several months later on the follow-up call, which I agreed with them, and they quite literally couldn't cope with any more business. And when I got down to the nitty-gritty and the numbers of it, they were just about turning over 100,000 a year, which was great at that point. And you know, their net profit, their net profit was just around over 100,000 a year. Family-run business, they were very happy with that. They were over the moon with the increase in business. But then I realised that I'm not passionate about consulting on business models and businesses where the potential to earn drastic increase in income is so little. Now, a lot of people will be sat on the webinar thinking, wow, you know, 100,000 would be great, doubling their turnover, it's almost probably triple their turnover, doubling their profits, and everything else sounds absolutely fantastic. But I couldn't get excited because this model I'm about to share with you. When I started to understand, first of all, the ability to do internet marketing, secondly, the right business model, and thirdly, the types of products to sell. Now, I'm not going to go into detail on that. This is something that we train big time on the inside, but we are talking about information products. And so many people, when they talk about information products, straight away they refer to whether it be DVDs or CDs or anything else. And what you have to understand is that there's different markets within every single industry. So if you're talking about digital products, there's you know, digital products that you might buy at the superstore or at Tesco's or your local supermarket, Hollywood movies, whatever they are, and they have a cap in terms of the price that people will be prepared to pay. If you walked in and saw a movie on the top shelf, or whatever shelf, and you know, they were charging 300 quid for it, let's say your latest Hollywood movie, people would be like, what on earth are they doing? This is you know, a 15 quid product, it's a movie. However, when I started to grasp that there's certain markets, mainly in the area of products that solve solutions, I started to understand how to make a lot of money. Combining the right market and information products is an absolute no-brainer business model. Let me give you an example. Let's say you were a plumber and you wanted to enroll on a course, and one of the courses said, you know, buy this home study course and turn your business from 50,000 a year plumbing business to 100,000 a year. Let's say it's 3 DVDs, a couple of audios, and a few bits of training. Now, if you're a plumber and you can buy this course that has testimonials and shows people that people have been able to double their business and everything else, what is the perceived value of that type of product? Being able to double someone's business that they can do from home in a home study course. Now, yet the quality of that product, the amount it costs to create, the amount of cost it takes to make, I think you'll agree is a hell of a lot less than, for example, a Hollywood movie. So as soon as I started to realize that if I could get resale rights and source products which were solution solving, had high perceived value, huge amounts of value to the customer, I realized I was onto something. And that is one of the biggest reasons we created the SFM system, was to teach people markets, to teach people how to market, to teach people how to create online presence, and expand far greater in detail than what I've just shared with you. And this is the one thing, if you want to cut corners, you know, and this is one of the most powerful things about the SFM, if you want to cut corners in building a business, you need to learn this stuff. You need to be surrounding yourself by a community of people that can actually teach and talk to you, share ideas. And I had an email, and this is what actually brought me on to part of what I'm saying now. I had an email from one of our members who's been in our system for 18 months. He's been working not in SFM, but in my community for over 18 months, and he met one random connection on our SFM community, implemented that one strategy with a product business idea that they shared together, and he made $18,000 net profit in December, and I didn't even know these two were speaking. Wow. That random connection from being around the right people. And I want you to understand that that is the power of being part of something this good. And when you're in a job, you're surrounded by people that are doing the same thing every single day. Everything's as negative as everything else. They're watching the news, they're reporting, people are getting made redundant, people are worried about the fact they've run out of money before they've even finished. You know the old scenario where you've got more month than money. You know, it's not a great situation to be in. So I've done my little ramble, I've done my bit of preach, and now I want to do is I just want to share with you a quick business formula, the SFM formula, that enabled me to absolutely kill my income in the first 12 months in terms of, you know, I went from earning a good salary to making the same what I did in a year in a single month. In fact, 1 month in 2008, I made almost double my annual salary, much like you've seen Daniel was showing you. So first of all, Dan, if you want to move on with the slide. So first of all, you have to understand the importance of recurring income in your business. Recurring income is something that's going to take time. Recurring income is something that is going to grow over a period of time. But just think about it. If you start building recurring income today, how different is your life going to be this time next year? There is no quick fix typically with recurring income. You're not going to get involved, create your own products, or even become an affiliate of a product and start leaving your job in 3 weeks doing recurring income typically. But you have to think a little bit more long term. So if you started building the SFM formula, started following our formula, and you started building a recurring income, what was going to happen is when you're in bed, when you're on holiday, when you're traveling, when you're doing all the various things that you want to do in your life, month in, month out, that recurring income is going to hit your bank account regardless of whether you're there or not. And Dan and I both in recurring income earn more in probably 2 or 3 days than most people make in a month. And we don't even have to do anything for it. Why? Because we understood the importance of recurring income. We're talking membership sites. We're talking about where people become a subscriber. I'm sure you've subscribed to sites in the past. You maybe have signed up with DVD clubs or magazines that get delivered, and you're paying month in, month out for a product. Brilliant part of a business model. And the next one, JV income. JV income has given me sleepless nights. Dan, I know it's going to destroy the presentation slide. Are you able to shoot across to my website? I just want to show people a visual demonstration here of something.
Yeah, I can make you presenter, Stu.
Yeah.
Or do you want me to, I can.
If you could just shoot across to, if you could just shoot across to my website, that'd be cool.
No problem.
I will stop talking because it might affect the audio for a minute, just while I download my website. I want to show you something because it's all very well saying something, but I want you to see something.
I mean, this page will most likely do, yeah.
So you might just need...
I stopped the video, yeah?
If you can you just scroll down? I can't remember where about the image is, but I'll tell you where to stop. It's the Maldives. This one at the top you'll see here is me in Maya Bay. That's where the beach was filmed with Leonardo DiCaprio. This is all stuff that I did last year, traveling around Koh Samui. I just want you to scroll down to the Maldives quickly.
It all looks the same to me.
And the reason I'm sharing this with you is this is something that really sticks in my mind. Yeah, this one here, it's that one there with the snort. Okay, you'll see this image here with me. I've got the flip-flops and the beach bungalow in the background, the pool and everything else, right? JV income. This was the time that joint venture income. I want you to see this to actually share so you can actually picture this. At this point, by the way, I was killing it online. I was making loads and loads of money, hence why I could afford to go to the Maldives. But this is when the whole JV thing really hit home. I was in the Maldives for, I think, 10 days. It was either 9 or 10 days, but it really doesn't matter too much. I was there. We went to 5-star resort. We went all-inclusive. We did diving, snorkeling, private boat hire, seaplane tours, the whole shebang. And whilst I was there,